News.
And we begin right now at 6 with that breaking news. State lawmakers and Governor Mike Braun said that they're going to raise the cigarette tax and cut higher education spending to cover a revenue shortage.
They say those and other measures will help them close a $2.4 billion revenue shortfall after state budget analysts found it last week. Let's get right to News 8's government reporter Garrett Berquist. He's live at the State House tonight. Garrett, what's getting cut and what's getting saved?
We just got to have a news conference with Governor Mike Braun and with House and Senate Republican leadership about 90 minutes ago. They say that there will be a few different cuts. There are several programs, though, that will be left intact. We'll start with really the only major increase in taxes. They say that the cigarette tax here in Indiana will be increased to $2 per pack, up from the current 99.5 cents. That's a conversation that's been ongoing for the past couple of years here at the State House. There will also be a 2% increase in taxes on all other tobacco products, so tobacco products other than cigarettes. That is the only tax increase that they have settled on for the budget. They have made several cuts. K through 12 education spending is left intact. Higher education will lose 5% of its repair and rehabilitation budget, plus they will also lose 5% of their operating budget. And I am told that those cuts are spread out evenly across all of the state-funded institutions of higher education here in the state. Some of the public health services will receive a reduction in funding as well. And then we are also told that the Indiana Economic Development Corporation will take about a 25% haircut, so pretty significant reduction there. Once again, this is all to help close a $2.4 billion revenue gap over the next two budget years, and those budget years begin on July 1st of this year. Here's some of what Governor Mike Braun and the ranking Democrat on the House Ways and Means Committee had to say.
Way before we got the forecast, I asked agencies to find ways to save 5% because I think over the climate that we've had over the last 4 years, and we're always a victim of it, it was based upon borrowing and spending, inflation that we had never seen before. Sooner or later, those chickens come home to roost. But when you're operating the opposite of that in a state like we do, it gives us the confidence and the tools to be able to get through it.
Last week, we have dignitaries come in from Washington, D.C. talking about make Indiana healthy again. How can we make Indiana healthy again when you cut from $100 million, or actually last biennium $225 million or biennium, to $100 million? Now we're down to $40 million. Is that making Indiana healthy again? Or I think it's making us extremely vulnerable when it comes to health care.
So this sets us up for what we expect will be the final day of the legislative session tomorrow. So here's where the bill is, and at this point, all bills in the General Assembly are at the same stage. They're in what's known as the conference committee. Once the bill comes out of that committee, it will be a final up or down vote in both chambers. And we will be here throughout the day. We'll have updates throughout the day for you tomorrow here on Wish TV and online at wishtv.com. Live at the State House, I'm Garrett Berquist for Wish TV. WishTV.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.